It's November 21st, and I haven't been able to make any videos lately because I haven't been hunting for a couple days. Just been recuperating, regenerating the batteries. But I got a nice buck on the camera, so I told my dad where to sit at, and hopefully he can tag a good 8 or 9 pointer. He looks to be pretty mature, anywhere from 4.5 to 6.5 years old. But I've just been coming up with a game plan on how to tag a buck with my bow. I've really been focusing my energy into it, just all my thoughts every day and every night. I called conservation, and we talked about some good areas, so hopefully that'll work out. I've never been excited for rifle season to end, but I'm just ready to get back out there with a bow. I'm glad I got the deer that I did with a rifle. I'm just still on that quest to put an arrow in a good and mature whitetail. It's December 7th. I'm back out here on the river property where I missed that nice 8-pointer. I'm gonna be hitting up these clover plots and hunting right above the river bottoms. It's overlooking like a big slough and a spring that pours into there. And just right next to a really good river bottom. But hopefully we can see something up here on this knob. I'm not sure if this is a buck track, but kind of looks like one. Sorry, I haven't been filming, guys. My back has been really jacked up. I shouldn't have tried to drag out that 8-pointer or that 10-pointer I got with my rifle by myself. That was a really bad idea. Look at this. Little baby deer. They're probably bedded up in here. But yeah, pulling out that buck really messed up my back. I didn't have anyone to help me or to help take pictures. So I did the best that I could. But, it's around 2. And we're gonna sit out here and see what happens. Stick around, guys. Hopefully we can see some deer today. If not, I'm gonna get out here tomorrow. I know some other good spots that I can try. I just came into the same spot because my chair was here. But we'll give it another 2 or spot. They were waiting for me. But either way, I can hear turkeys down at the bottom. There's a bunch of eagles. Eagles going off. And squirrels around me, so yeah. Stick around, guys. Well, I didn't see anything other than walking in earlier and scaring out those two does. But I'm not really hearing anything around me other than squirrels. I heard some sounds down at the river bottom that could have possibly been deer, but I think I'm gonna back out of here and come up with a strategy for tomorrow. Alright. It's December. Alright, it's December 11th. It's a little after 1 o'clock, and it's about, I'd say about 45, 50 degrees. The weather's just been up and down lately. I haven't seen too much deer activity in the woods. I don't know what's going on. They should still be hitting up the food plots, but they're just not hitting up this food plot, and I don't know if that's because of earlier in the year of me spooking them out of here, but I've seen tracks all up in here, but I'm not sure if that's from at nighttime or daytime activity. But anyways, I got the old bow, and I'm gonna try to put a deer down, whether it's a doe or a buck. So, stick around, guys. I appreciate you guys watching my channel. some food left behind for the deer to pick at. But let's get in here. It's gonna be kind of hard to sneak in here because you can see really far through the trees. But nonetheless, we're out here doing it, so let's hope something happens. Some good sized buck tracks and fresh droppings. Yeah, it's late in the season, not much cover. Everything's kind of random, but hopefully we can get something on the ground. I know you guys want to see me take down a deer. I promise I'm a better bow hunter than what I've presented myself as. I think just adrenaline and rushing shots, I really blew it. But if you know me and you shoot with me, I hardly ever miss the bullseye. But I guess I'll just keep practicing. I'm not gonna give up. Even if you guys think I should probably put down the bow, I'm not going to. So I went into the park and talked to a conservation agent, and they said the deer have been coming out close to dark in the fields, and I've been hunting midday on these food sources. Haven't been seeing anything, so don't always trust what you see on TV or on apps when they say late season they're only moving middle of the day, because deer, they always come out at nighttime, so you got to keep that in mind. Morning and nighttime, or evenings, probably gonna be best. But I'm feeling horrible. I don't know if I'm getting sick. I'm just sweating real bad, and it's super cold out here. Well, the sweat's making it a lot colder. But I'm already here, so I'm gonna finish up the evening. Hopefully get a deer on film. Alright, I'm trying to make it into this last bean field. We got a south wind, and I can't sit any other field without ruining all the others. Plus, there's still standing beans where I'm going. So, I'm heading to the food source. Look at this, guys. be that deep in the woods on your own. Trust me, I've been there. But it's a good move to make if you're wanting to see more deer and bigger deer. But what I did was I just got a hold of a conservation agent. I called her, and then I went in here to the park and talked to the agent that was there. He lives in the park, so he has some really good intel. Point being is, if you can ask locals that live near the public land when the deer are coming out, where they're crossing, whatever, it's a really good thing to do. Because locals have a lot of knowledge of the area around them. You know, they've been living here their whole lives. These bucks, not all of them, but most of the time, year after year, they use the same trails, use the same methods as the ones before them. But, yeah, it's about 3 o'clock now. The deer should start filtering out into these bean fields anytime soon. The field that I was hunting in the morning didn't have too much standing beans, only along the road. And I don't want to hunt right on the side of the road. So I found this big field. Mind you, there's multiple fields here with strips of woods in between all the fields. And the river runs around these fields. But this is the biggest chunk of beans I could find right here. Yeah, I'm set up right on the wood line. I got a south wind in my face. It's blowing to the north. Yeah. Stick around, guys. Hopefully we can at least see a deer. Come on. So, we'll be back at it. close into this buck bedding area, where I think they're bedding at anyways. And they're showing up to the camera probably about 30 minutes after dark, so they should be where I'm suspecting them to be at. But there's this pond right here. It's kind of a dried up pond, but it still holds a little bit of water. And they come and use it every now and then. Not that I'm expecting them to use that today, but he's still gonna cross, or I think he's gonna cross anyways, because I've been seeing tracks there. But I'm gonna cut the camera a little short because I only gotta go in here about, I'd say about 40 yards before I get too close and they'll bust me. But they've done a lot of logging back here. And they cut a bunch of pine trees, as you can see. And they left like the tops of the trees everywhere. And it's just cover everywhere. But anyways, they've been using that long before that. Oh wow, turkey scratching. But yeah, I'm gonna get up over this pond bank and hopefully get close to a buck. It's probably 1:30 in the afternoon. I'm finally set up in this spot right behind the pond, so you guys can see. And the deer, they do use it to drink every now and then. But yeah, I'm thinking he's probably about 120 yards in front of me, a little bit to the left or even to the right. I've been down in there after the deer season years ago, and I always find just clumps of deer rubs in about a 5 or 10 acre area. And I know he's bedding there because the creek always has water, well, most of the time. And there's a food plot that these old people have. And I don't think they ever hunt it, but yeah, that buck just beds pretty close to that food plot, watching into it. And he's got that cover, water and food. And that's a main source of their survival. But yeah, even if a doe comes by, I'm gonna take her. I really need deer meat. A lot of people say I've had my opportunities. You should have shot one when you had the chance. And for me, it's like I wouldn't have seen all the deer that I've seen if I would have shot the first ones, the little ones, the does, the spikes. How was I supposed to see the big bucks if I'm shooting all the tiny ones? But that's my point of view anyways. So yeah, I've had my opportunity, but I'm not mad at myself. I'm not really angry about missing out on little deer, but I'm pretty mad about the 8-pointer that I missed on the river property. And the big 12 that I missed, or I shouldn't say I missed, the one that took off on me after I was full drawn on him. I should have just shot over that vine because he stopped for about 3 or 5 seconds and was looking at me before he just freaking took off. Excuse me. But yeah, I am kicking myself in the butt for that. bucks that I passed. I'm not really worried about that, but yeah. I'm on the ground. As you guys know, I'm a ground hunter. I can't really get up in a tree right now, just because of my health. But anyways, there's this nice little clearing right in front of me. And I'm kind of behind this big pine tree, at the top of this pine tree, and you can see a bunch of them. This place is just littered with pine trees because they logged all this.